Hello everyone, I'm Archit Agrawal, and for the next few minutes, I will be talking upon modeling and using an actor ontology of Second World War military units and personnel. So let's begin. So firstly, I will be introducing you to what are we doing, what is our goal, and what is the cause that we are doing it. So it can be sectioned like mission, vision, and values. Our mission is to properly organize World War II data using an efficient ontology for the actors of war. So the actors of war are military units and personnel. Our vision, our vision is to provide a fully fledged end user interface for use cases such as querying data regarding one's relative who served in World War, and also it serves as a rich historical platform for capturing spatio-temporal events during the war. By spatio-temporal, we mean what all events occurred at a certain time at a certain place. Our values, what we will gain from this is that we'll come to know how this war shaped today's world. Also, organizing historical data proves really beneficial for researchers. Now, to begin achieving our goal, firstly, we need to see what all challenges we have to tackle. So, while modeling data, what all challenges we will be facing. These are firstly, uh, war is occurs at a fast pace. It is too dynamic. As we can see that military units change rapidly. This may be due to injuries, casualties, and also their movements. So a lot of data has to be integrated for even a single actor. Also, when the war took place, it took place at a really fast pace and it was really difficult to record each instance and event. So as of now, we have incomplete and uncertain data. We have unidentified actors to be exact. Secondly, warfare is really irregular. Irregular code of conduct is there, irregular naming is there, which makes our data inconsistent. The data may be representing a similar actor with a different name at two different sources, because of which contradiction arises. There was irregular naming of personnel in order to confuse the enemies. Also, major military units changed names to bluff the enemy, and these were the reasons of irregular naming during war. Thirdly, linked data viewpoint. So, let us consider there are two people, Colonel Ryan and Lieutenant Ryan. Now, we don't know that they are two different people. It may be the same person who who got promoted, or they may be two different people. So the data might be linked, or it might be not. So it becomes really difficult to decide. And also, data has to be collected from various sources because World War II was a really big event and it took place in various countries. So also the data is in various languages. Hence, linking data really becomes tough and inefficient. Now let's see what all concepts we have to develop to tackle the challenges. So we'll model our actor ontology based on inferences we get from challenge analysis. So our first challenge was dynamic. The war is dynamic and irregular, and we can see that a spatio-temporal model, a model which describes events related to a certain place and certain time, can be used to link actors with the events, which makes a really efficient ontology. Also, linked data problem can be solved by biographically linking actor data. For example, let's considering our last example of Lieutenant Ryan and Colonel Ryan, if we had known the ranking history associated with the person, then we would have known if it was the same person who got promoted, or they were two different people who we were talking about. Now, considering the inferences, what all concepts that we have implemented in our ontology model, let's see. So the ontology of actors is based on the CDOC CRM model, where the resources of actors are essentially described in terms of spatio-temporal events they participated in. So we will not be talking in deep about CDOC CRM model, but we will be seeing the results we got in our ontology model using it, and it is the model which is used to link our actors to the events. Secondly, as we have to majorly link military data, so we need some kind of backbone regarding military concepts, and for that marine military ontology was used. Now let's see our schema. So this is the actor ontology schema of World War II. The actor superclass has two subclasses for group and one subclass for person. Also, you can see that there is an event superclass which has 19 events connected to it. Also, the sources, different sources from which data is collected, has been given separate classes, so that even when we will be checking data consistency, we'll know from which source it was picked. You can see different events which are related to person and different events related to the military unit, like unit naming, unit formation, which we will be talking about further. So modeling actor ontology has two main classes, which are our actors, person and military unit. So first we will talk about person. So the biographical representation of a military personnel includes two things: person resource, in which we'll be describing about the person, and the events related to that person. So the person resource table has primary title as the name of that person, and also it has two separate fields for the family name and the first name of that person. It also includes a small text description and external database links using OWL schema, and external website links using friend of a friend schema of that person. And the events table contains the birth of that person joining field, which tells about the unit which the person joined, the battles of that person in battlefield, the ranking history of that person in the promotion field, the photographs related to that person in the photography field, and the medals he got in medal awarding field, and about the death of the personnel in death field. Now let's see the biographical representation of military unit. It also contains two things: the military unit resource, in which we'll describe about the military unit and the events that were related to that unit. So the military unit table contains the label of that unit, which is the name and the abbreviation, the description of that unit, the conflicts the unit participated in by has conflict field, the postings of the unit linked by postal codes in cover number field, the category of that unit, it may be a flying regiment, it may be a naval regiment, and everything in unit category field. And same as the person resource, it also contains external database and external website links. And the events which were related to that military unit are formation, which describes all the formation details of that unit, where it was formed, when it was formed, the movement details of the unit, the battles the unit participated in, unit joining field, which mentions all the units that unit was a subdivision of the war diary field, which takes in account the diaries which were associated to that unit, and the unit naming field, which tells all about all the names which were given to that unit. Now let's see how we used this ontology model in developing a particular end user interface. So we'll be studying about Warsampo portal. Warsampo semantic portal is an end user interface having richly interlinked data about World War II in Finland. We will be looking at two things in it, and that how was it developed and what is its outlook. So the development of portal was collecting data and linking data, and as you can see in the figure, the actor dataset, which contains military personnel and military units data, has 1 lakh datasets for personnel and 16,100 datasets for military units. There were links created from events to actors, which were 4,88,000 in amount, and there were links connected from the sources from which this data was accumulated in amount about 2,08,000. Okay. And there were separate graphs given for medals and ranks, and there were separate graphs given to the places and times to capture the spatio-temporal context of the model. Also, this was linked to external databases, the linked open data cloud, the www. The data was majorly extracted from Finnish National Biography, DBpedia, which is again our external database, Wikipedia and Wikidata, and these data were mainly captured through creating different query constructs using SPARQL language, and hence the portal was developed. Now let's see how the portal's development, organization cards played an important role. The organization cards were created shortly after World War II by Finland authorities, and they accounted for a lot of data regarding military units. Organization cards were read by optical character recognition process, in which the photo was scanned and its letters were recognized. So as you can see the organization card, on the top left there is the name of the unit and its abbreviation, which comes under the military unit resource. The first point shows the foundation details of the unit, which comes under the unit formation field. The second point shows the districts in which the military was placed, which tells us about the troop movement field. The third point shows the different names that the unit was given, which comes under unit naming field. And the fourth point shows the battles the unit fought, which comes under the battlefield. Also, we know something about person resource, as the corresponding commanding officers of the battles the unit fought is given. And on top right we can see the unit in which this unit was a subdivision of, the name of the unit in which it was a subdivision, and this comes under unit joining field. So basically in this way we link the data to the ontology model we have created and developed the Warsampo portal. Now let's see the different interfaces or different perspectives of the Warsampo portal. So first perspective is person perspective. So it is used for searching the details about military personnel of World War II. So here's the interface. Now by the A letter describes the search bar which is present on the interface, and by B we show the different results we get after querying a name. C shows the name of the personnel. D shows that we can shuffle between the description of that person and the map timeline of that person. E shows the description of that person. F shows photos related to that person. G shows the events which the person participated in. H shows the units he was a part of. I shows the battles he was part of. J shows all his ranks and promotions. K shows all his medals. L shows other related person based on the ranks, events, and medals. And M shows the places the person is related to, and N shows the Wikipedia links which are given on the portal, and P is a small Finnish national biography widget related to that person. Now the second perspective is military unit perspective, which is our second actor. So it is used for searching details of World War II military units. Here's the interface regarding that. Similar as before, A is used for searching the military unit name. B shows the query results. C shows the map timeline of that unit, where all the unit was placed, moved to. D shows the heat map of casualties regarding that unit. And E shows the timeline of that unit by starting from its foundation, from all the conflicts it participated in to the end of the war. F shows different names the unit was given. H shows the photos related to that unit. And then IJK shows the units in hierarchical order, such as the super units, the units which this unit was a part of, the subdivisions shown by J, the units was subdivided into, and other units which are at the same hierarchical level as that unit. L shows the battles fought by this unit. M shows Kansa test tally articles related to this unit, which we'll be seeing further. N shows the Wikipedia links to this unit, and O shows the war diaries associated with this unit. Now let's move on to the next perspective. So the next perspective is Kansa test tally magazine perspective. So this interface is for faceted searching and browsing articles related to World War II. We can uh, place an article in this interface, and it reads the interface reads using core process and search for keywords in the article, and then provides links to that particular keyword in the WarSampo portal. So it's quite an innovative interface. The photograph perspective, it's the interface for searching different photos related to World War II, and it contains 1,60,000 photos in its data pool. Now, so this is how the WarSampo portal was created and how its end results were. Now finally, with what all things we gained from start to the end, we'll reflect on it. So the idea one is, like, the world war data is huge data to be integrated, and as we saw, there was not a specific approach to do it. We did it by close observation of data sets and their relations. We looked at the fact that World War II presents real life data, and then we concluded that biographical representation associated with events will make our task flexible and efficient. While while you make modeling the actor ontology of World War II, we used CIDOC CRM model and Munich military ontology. So this proves that there was no obvious basis for ontology, no specific approach, but different principles were combined together to serve different needs. The WarSampo project processed huge amount of data, which requires tremendous hard work. But as we collected all the data, which revolve around people of that time, we create a notion of history which really tells us a lot about how today's world was shaped, and it's very valuable. Lastly, accumulating so much data from various resources can't be totally correct. There is some inconsistency in it, but still the war sample portal is rectifying it by taking feedback from its users regarding misidentified people. So we finish with our explanation of the topic, modeling and using an actor ontology of Second World War for military units and personnel. Thank you.